Welcome back to Elden Ring. In this video we are taking a look at the best spirit summon you can get your hands on. This is not Black Knife Tiche and it's also not Mimic Tier. What I am going to do is put Black Knife against an enemy and then put the new one against an enemy and time them to see how long it takes for them to take the enemy down. I have already tested this, I know exactly how it works, and now I want to show you guys with the proof that Black Knife is not the #1 absolute best spirit summon in the game. And just quickly before we get into it, if you're not currently subbed to the channel, make sure you do sub, turn notifications on. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, all support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to support me further as a creator, then check out the links in the description, and let's get into it. So, we are up at Carmaan Manor, and what I'm going to do is spawn in Black Knife, and I am going to time how long it takes for Black Knife to kill this giant. So what I'm going to do is summon Black Knife, then I'm going to aggro the giant. So if I come down here and start it off, so there we go, from the very first attack I've started timing it, and what I'll do is come back when the Black Knife is close to taking down the massive giant. And don't get me wrong with this, I'm not saying Black Knife is useless, she is a really good summon, but I've managed to find one that is even better. Okay, this is probably going to backfire. The first time I did this, which would have been the best showcase, and I mean this game always screws me over with them, that was about 1 minute 16. Whereas last time, I don't know why, but Black Knife used a different, set of attacks. She was attacking a lot different. But based on the 116, we will go and summon the other spirit and see how that one does. So exactly the same again, but this is the Fallen Perfumer. They are actually known as the Depraved Perfumer. The FP is really high, is 124 with this. Although it is still 8 FP cheaper than Black Knife. But same again, from the very first attack, I'm going to start timing it. So there we go, start. And I'll see you guys when the Fallen Perfumer has taken the giant down. Okay, so it totally went against my my point at the start of the video. I said that the Fallen Perfumer would take down the enemy a lot faster. And it did the very first time, so there are inconsistencies, but the point is that the Fallen Perfumer will stay alive, but there is an added benefit. The Black Knife only has the just chucking the Blade of Death at the enemies, dealing the ticking damage, being agile, being able to avoid attacks, all that sort of stuff. The Fallen Perfumer has a skill where they can buff themselves. They will chuck this poison stuff at enemies as well as dealing a lot of fire damage. And the best thing about this spirit summon is the fact that it will heal itself. I believe it comes with 2 flasks because I put it against an enemy that didn't die. It did kill the Fallen Perfumer, it killed Black Knife as well. And in that time, the Fallen Perfumer only used 2 Crimson Flasks. So I believe it is capped at 2. But it's the fact that, from, I don't know, say 30% HP, goes back up to, almost full. It's very good for healing, staying alive, dealing damage. So it might have taken around 40 seconds longer, but there are so many extra benefits. And I'm going to run it again, and I'll just tell you the results at the end. Because Black Knife is inconsistent with all the attacks, and Fallen Perfumer did not use the poison thing once. And that thing helps out with the damage so much, because it actually procs onto the enemy and it starts dealing ticking damage. So I will see you guys after one more run with these and I will let you know the results. But at the moment it is 1 minute 16 for Black Knife and 1 minute 56 for the Fallen Perfumer. So Black Knife did it that time in about 2 minutes 50. You'll see there the little bit of healing. Oh, and here comes the poison stuff. Okay, so that one was a little over 2 minutes. I'll say maybe 2 minutes 3 seconds. So it's fairly consistent. Black Knife's first run was 116. The second run was 250 because there's just a huge inconsistency with keeping aggro. And the Fallen Perfumer, 1:56 the first time and 2 minutes 3 the second. So there's a much smaller gap with the Fallen Perfumer. And you would have seen the healing, you would have seen the poison cloud. If that poison cloud hits and the Fallen Perfumer does it again, then the poison actually procs on this enemy at least. And it deals a very good amount of ticking damage. So what I'm going to do now is show you the location for the Fallen Perfumer. If you are looking to get the Black Knife, you'll have to do the whole of Ranni's quest, get to Moonlight Altar, and then you go to the Ringleader's Everjail, take down that boss, and then get your hands on Black Knife. Whereas, with the Fallen Perfumer, if you make your way to Volcano Manor, so a little bit more exploration in the general map, when you get to Volcano Manor, if you come here and come in this room, so I believe you'll have to speak to Tanith, and you'll have to get the key off her to open up the door. If I remember correctly, I've not been in Volcano Manor, like, quest-based for a very long time. But once you get this door open, come into the room, and there's going to be a secret wall here, so you can just jump up and down, and you will be able to basically get through the little passage bit. Then if I put my lantern on, if you ignore all the snails, and you come over here to the left-hand side, then follow this all the way round. Keep going, ignore all the snails, you don't need to attack them. And then when you get to here, if you jump and break down this, or I believe you can attack this one, if you break down this secret wall, in here, there is going to be a loot item here, and that is going to be the Fallen, or the Depraved Perfumer Spirit Summon, that I think is amazing to use. There's AoE damage, there's fire, there's poison, there's high damage, there's healing, there is so much to it. And what I'm going to do now is, just so that you can see a comparison of the times and so you can see the whole fight, what I'll do is I'll wrap the video up and I will play both clips of Black Knife and also Fallen Perfumer taking down that giant, so that you can see the difference in their attacks and everything like that, instead of me just showing an end result. There will be chapters if you want to skip through, if you're not interested in Black Knife, you want to see the other one, like so on and so forth. So there's going to be no commentary, just the gameplay of both the fights. And then the end screen will play after that, so if you want to watch another video, you can skip to the very end, then click on one on the end screen. So what we're going to do is wrap that video up. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.